Hello, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I am going to be answering one of your guys' questions. A lovely subscriber friend of mine, Christine, had a very good question. She has been struggling with pilling. That is when, if you're not familiar, if you've never experienced it, products will literally start to pill up. I did experience it on my channel in one of my get readies with a sunscreen and a moisturizer, and I can kind of put those together so you can kind of see what that looks like if you've never experienced it. But I really appreciated her question, and I did answer her in the comments, but I figured if she asked it, there's probably other people that are having similar issues, and sometimes it's easier to explain in person in a video rather than just in the comments. So we're going to do that today. Hopefully she doesn't mind. I am going to tag her down below. And again, thank you so much for your question. I do appreciate it. So yeah, we're going to go over some causes, some things you can do, and all that good stuff. If that sounds interesting, stick around. Make sure you're subscribed if you're not. If you're not subscribed and you're new, welcome. Excuse me. Definitely stick around and let's jump into the video. Okay, so I will kind of go through some causes and then we'll do a little experiment just because I've had issues with my Moisture Surge gel cream from Clinique not liking my sunscreens. This one's a little bit older. This one from Murad. This is the Environmental Shield. It's an Essential C Day Moisturizer Broad Spectrum Sunscreen. And both of these claim that you can put makeup on top of them. And I'm somebody that I like to put the sunscreen on at the end after I moisturize. And this is a newer one. This is an AM Facial Moisturizing Lotion with SPF 30. I've tried both of these after using this gel cream, and I use this gel cream almost every time I do my makeup. It pairs really well with a couple other moisturizers that I have. And I know it's this in particular that's causing it because I've used different moisturizers and I've used it just on its own, and it's definitely this that's causing the pilling. But I'll do a little experiment at the end of the video, and I'll do half. I'm going to try putting this, like these two in like two different spots before, and then put this on and see how it reacts. And I will put this on first on the other half and then put this on top, and hopefully you'll be able to see the pilling if you're not familiar. Let me go back. First off, you're going to want to make sure that your skin is exfoliated. Like, I'm somebody that's dry and dehydrated, but also if you're overly oily, you can have this happen also. If there's obviously dry skin sitting on top, or you have excess oils, things are clogged, that can cause stuff to pill up because your skin is reacting to the product, essentially. I don't have it happen so much anymore. I've been better about exfoliating, or at least I try to, at least the night before when I know I'm going to film. And then just the process of filming and taking my makeup off exfoliates during the week anyways. But that can be a cause. Also, if you're experiencing it in the morning, you want to make sure that you're washing your face. I, for one, am bad about always putting my skincare on at night. I don't always do that. And two, I am also bad about washing my face first thing in the morning. I try and remember and do it before I film because it will affect how things just sit on your skin. But leftover residue from skincare can cause pilling because a lot of night creams are thicker and have more oil, an oil consistency. And so if you're mixing that with a water-based or silicone primer, you can have some pilling. And same thing with primers and foundations, which I will get into in a second, because that is also an issue that I used to have. So you want to make sure you're exfoliating. You want to make sure you're washing your face. At least I because I'm a little bit lazy and I don't have a ton of stuff on my skin in the morning anyway. I'll just go in with water and dry it off, and then I'll take some, I have some hyaluronic micellar water, and I'll just go over that with a cotton round before I film. I say before I film because I don't really leave the house, and I'm not putting makeup on to go somewhere lately because I'm still recovering from surgery. So in a perfect situation, it would be because I was getting ready to go somewhere, but I'm actually not getting ready to go anywhere. But that's a different issue. So then if it's not, like for me, it's a moisturizer and a sunscreen clash. And I will try and get into some ingredients. So hopefully this is not too like jumbled and not coherent. I'm trying to make sure it makes sense, but generally if it's like these two products, it's going to be, because you're mixing essentially like an oil and water obviously don't mix. Oil and silicone, water and silicone, you can have issues with ingredients. So for me, I think it's because like gel creams are usually water-based, and I know this has some oil in it because this will separate and I have to shake it. I don't know about this, like I said, it has the ingredients on it, and just having the vitamin C makes me think it's a little more like I said, I can see that there's some oil in this because it separates. I'm looking at, these have very similar ingredients, which makes sense that they would both be causing peeling issues. They have almost the exact same ingredients. So that is good to know. You're going to want to look at the ingredients. I used to have issues with primers and foundations, and it used to do it with my Tarte. It was the hydrating shape tape, which that doesn't even exist. That foundation doesn't exist anymore. Let me pull out. Tinted moisturizers don't tend to do it. The only time I really see issues with peeling is with foundations. I'm going to pull out. I've had it happen with my ABH, and I'm trying to see, and my Wander Beauty. So I'm going to pull those two out. And then let me see. So we've got the foundations that I've experienced peeling in the past. Something like, and I don't use the Smashbox primer. Their silicone one, I was allergic to it. It used to break me out. Pore filling primers. I'm trying to think if I have any that would still cause it. Maybe let me look at this. I'm going to pull a couple of things out and we'll look at ingredients. So hopefully this is helpful. And again, you're going to run into an issue with primers and foundations if you're mixing oils and water together. Generally, it's going to clash, so to speak. So I have, and this is a brand new one, the Rimmel Stay Matte. I used to use this one a lot. I might have to try this in my T-zone. I used to only use this kind of around my nose, but it says it does help minimize pores. I'm looking at ingredients, and you'll want to, like, the first 5 ingredients are going to be the highest concentration of ingredients. If the oil and the water stuff is farther down, it's not enough that it should cause, but this does have silica in it. Dimethicone, which is silicone. So you want to look at that. So, okay, this does have silicone in it. I didn't realize this had silicone in it. Oh, I might have to try this on my whole face because I'm having trouble finding a good pore filling primer that I like. And I don't generally think of this as a pore filling primer just because it says matte, but that might be nice. So it's very lotiony feeling. It is thick, but it does, like I said, have dimethicone in it, which most pore filling primers are going to. Now this one probably does too. I'm just putting it on to get a feel. I used to have the issue with these two foundations. This one's super silicone-y, this No Problem one. I'm going to see if it does it. It may not, but I have had issues. And again, I don't have the box anymore, so I'm going to have to go online and look up the ingredients. But the ABH has pilled up on me. I have run into that, and I'm just going to blend this in kind of right here and just see. I don't know what primer I was using when it happened. And it's not always, unfortunately, a primer. It could be the moisturizer too. I'm just trying to see. It seems to be that those are laying okay on top of that. But again, like I said, you're going to want to look at what foundation you're using and then what primer you're using. A gripping primer shouldn't cause pilling. If it does, it's probably because too much product is being used. That can also be another reason that pilling can happen. I did leave that in the response. Generally, you need way less than what you think you do. And I think that's why primers have lasted me so long. Okay, these two, we didn't have any issues. But like I said, I have experienced pilling with this. I did have to throw away a couple of primers. So maybe I got rid of the one that was giving me grief. Let me find a towel and I'll come right back. Okay, so if you're noticing it with your foundation, you want to look at the ingredients that are in the foundation. If it's a water or oil base, like none of these have the ingredients. The ingredients would be on the boxes. So you'll want to look that up. And then look up the ingredients that are in the primer. Now, if the ingredients don't clash, I would recommend going in with less. Because like I said, generally with primers, you don't need as much as you think you do. A little bit goes a long way. Like I had a tube of this for almost 5 years because I only really used it in this region, and I used like half a dime size amount. So I finally repurchased it because it was old, not because I ran out of it. So you need less than what you think. If you put too much primer on, it's not going to soak in and it's just going to kind of sit on top, and that can cause an interaction even if the ingredients are compatible, if there's too much, if that makes sense. And then again with foundation, sometimes if you use too much, you can have the same thing. But generally, if the foundation is pilling up, it's a moisturizer or a primer issue. The other thing that I would recommend would be to wait a little bit longer. Even with primer, and I'm bad about this, you should wait 5 or 10 minutes from the time you put your primer on till you apply your foundation. Now, do most of us do this? No. And most of the time it's not an issue, but if you are experiencing pilling, I would try to give yourself more time, like to do the whole process, because you're going to want to do your skincare moisturizer and let that sit for a good 10 or 15 minutes. Really like sink in, go in with your primer. Again, you want to let that hang out. So maybe like if you're getting ready for work, do like some of the skincare and the primer and then like go eat, or if you have to pick out your clothes, like do something else. That way you're not, burning time if you don't have a ton of time in the morning. And then try and go in with foundation. That makes a difference. And then for science, I will try and make these products pill so that you can kind of see if you're somebody that is like, what is that? I've never experienced that. If you've never experienced it, then that is great. Like I said, I used to have an issue with the Tarte foundation. It did not like certain primers, and it took me a little bit to kind of figure out what primers worked. So my skin is really dry, so I'm going to go in with a little bit of serum just because my skin's going to get irritated from putting products on and then taking them off. I'm not going to do like a full face just because I had another reaction to something. So I have another like little bit of a rash kind of down in here. I tried a new like skincare mask, and I don't know if I used a chemical exfoliator first, so my skin was pretty angry, and then I went in with the mask and it was tingling and burning. I don't know if it was supposed to tingle and burn, but I have like bumps, and I don't think you can see them, hopefully, but my skin's very irritated, so I'm not going to do like a whole foundation thing. But these are the products that come to mind with peeling issues. So I'm going to go, we'll just do the moisturizer on this half. And I really like this gel cream, and I do use this gel cream in conjunction with other moisturizers. And I will say this gel cream doesn't play well with the Kate Somerville goat milk, and this again is I think a little more oily, whereas this gel cream is like silicone-y, watery, you know, whatever texture feeling. It plays well with my Avant and my Bobbi Brown, but it does not like that one. So sometimes you have to sit and kind of experiment with the products to kind of see. Okay, I did shake this. Like I said, I know this one's a little bit oily because it will separate so I can see it. And I'm also somebody that I hate sunscreen. I'm going to put it on this top half, and then I'll put it on the other side of my face. I just want to see if I can use the sunscreen first and then go in. I'm putting it on top of the gel cream because I have had issues, and it's probably not going to do it today, but I'm going to try and see if I can get it to react negatively so that you can kind of see. I'm doing it on bare skin on this side because I'm wondering if I can go in with the sunscreen first. Because like I said, both of these sunscreens claim that you can put makeup on top of them, but I've tried putting them on last as like the last step of the skincare after moisturizer and stuff. Neither one of these fared very well when I did that. I'm going to see if it does it today. And it's probably not going to do it. If it doesn't do it today, it makes me wonder if it's not the gel cream, or because my skin is just so dry, like it's absorbing. Maybe I was using too much. Because again, like I said, amount of product can affect. Okay, so I have sunscreen on. I'm just trying to see if it does it. Doesn't seem like it's doing it on this side. I wonder why. I'm going to have to go back. I thought I had it figured out. Clearly I don't, because it's not peeling on that side. I'm going to see if I can put the gel cream on top of it, because I do really like this gel cream, and I use it with another moisturizer. Maybe it's the combination, because usually I use the gel cream and then either this one or the Bobbi Brown. I wonder if it doesn't like the combination, the sunscreen. I'm talking about the sunscreen like it's a... Oh, there it starts to go. Yep. It's doing it right here. So it does not like that gel cream. You can see it right there. So it does, I'm not crazy. It's like, it's not doing it. So you can see it's starting to pill up. So this and this, both of them do not sit well on top of the gel cream, but I'm trying to see, is it doing it when I did the sunscreen first? Yep. There it goes. It is doing it. So you can see I'm having pilling. I'm not crazy. Okay. So it is the gel cream, and both of these do not like this at all. I'm still trying to play around to find a good combination, but I should be able. This one's water based. like I said, the gel, there's something in this that it isn't playing well with the sunscreens, both of them. I might have to just try these with just the Bobbi Brown because this is heavier. Or, like I said, I don't know. This one, so far, like I said, I haven't been wearing either one of these because I haven't been able to find a moisturizer that I can use with these that they like. So, let me wipe this off and then we'll wrap. Okay, I had to go wash my face, but I'm glad that it reacted so that you could see that is 100% ingredient issue. Something in this does not play well with either one of these. And I wonder if I need, and this says oil free. I wonder if I need, because neither one of these are a mineral sunscreen. I wonder if I need to try a mineral sunscreen. I just haven't been using these. And this one says it has niacinamide and hyaluronic acid, like just using this instead of the moisturizer, but I'm a creature of habit, so like it pains me that I can't use my, you know, moisturizing combination because the sunscreen doesn't like it. So what is my solution? I just don't wear sunscreen under my makeup, which is horrible, but I'm not really leaving the house. So I wonder if I need to try a mineral sunscreen instead, see if that plays better. But for the purposes of this video, you can see that that is 100% an ingredient issue. So if you're experiencing pilling, and Christine, you'll have to let me know, is it the pilling like with the skincare and the primer, or are you experiencing just pilling in general, like when you put like moisturizer on? You'll have to let me know. If it's an issue that's happening in between the primer and foundation, again, it's going to be an ingredient issue between the primer and the foundation. So you just got to look into the ingredients and unfortunately try and find something that's compatible. So hopefully this was helpful. Like I said, I'm glad it did it on camera so you could kind of see, because I'm sure there's people out there that have not experienced it and just think that I'm crazy, but you did see. So I'm struggling myself. I have not been able to find a sunscreen that doesn't feel like sunscreen. Like I hate that heavy sunscreen feel. Like those feel nice, but again, they don't like that gel cream, so I can't use it. So I've been experimenting with different moisturizers and the sunscreen because in my mind, I feel like I need to use both. And I guess maybe I can't, and I haven't gotten past that step, so I don't even know if those sunscreens play well with my foundation. So I haven't been able to make it past the moisturizer stage. But anyway, thank you guys so much for being here. I hope that this was helpful. I appreciate all of your questions. If it's something that I feel like I can do a video around, I definitely do not mind, like I did today with Christine's questions, where I do a whole video answering the questions. So definitely leave them if you have any others down below. I appreciate and love all of you. I hope you all have a wonderful rest of your day, and hopefully I'll see you in another video very soon. Bye everybody.